Stop seeing the worst in people. You walk around, you see everybody. I know how it can be sometimes. You see some people and you see the way that they behave. You see that behavior and sometimes it can be off-putting. People are weird out here, okay? It is true that, as human beings, we have a natural tendency, and to a certain degree, we can't help ourselves from judging people. We see somebody, it could be the way they look, the way they're dressed, the way that their body language, and of course, we've evolved as human beings to pick up on these things for our own safety, for our own protection. But what I'm talking about is something a little bit different. I'm talking about the constant dwelling of the judgment on others, putting other people down to make ourselves feel better about ourselves, to make ourselves feel superior than others. And what you're doing when you do this is, and this is an interesting insight here, is that the flaws, when you keep seeing the worst in people, that is a reflection of the way that you feel about yourself. What you see, what you condemn, what you judge is indicating a flaw in yourself. Again, I've talked about this lately. You get really, really triggered by something, well, that means that's what you're doing. That's what you operate from. Otherwise, you wouldn't have this overblown emotional reaction to something. But being judgmental of people, seeing the worst in others, is an extremely unhealthy way to live your life. If you constantly are walking around and looking for all the flaws in people, that's what your RAS, your reticular activating system, is going to be searching for. And you are now creating a reality, because your observation, your perception creates reality. You are now looking through a lens of dirty glasses. They have rose-colored glasses. They also have dirty glasses, or blue, whatever, dark glasses that would be. Trash can glasses. You're looking at all the worst in people. You're seeing only the worst things in people. Well, you're going to be creating a very, very miserable experience in your life by doing that. And it's unattractive too. I mean, even if you want to just think about it from your own self interest, if you're constantly going around putting people down, looking at the negatives in people, seeing the negatives in people, you're not going to attract high quality people into your life. High quality people like to see the best in people. High quality people like to lift others up. High quality people like to be a beacon of light and an inspiration for people. They don't want to sit around and gossip. If somebody's sitting around gossiping, talking about other people, that's a clear indication that they have extremely low self-worth, and they get all their value and their self-worth by putting other people down so they can feel better about themselves. They're a bully, plain and simple. That's what they are. It's like the bully on the schoolyard. Now they're an adult and now they're doing the same thing. It's very immature, and when you see this, it's like we all do it. I'm not saying that I don't do it sometimes too. I'll admit it right now that I see some people. I'm like, oh, like, what is this? What are they doing? And again, taking on this paradigm where, look, like, everybody has something. I have something to learn from everybody. I might realize, okay, this person is not somebody that I want to spend my time around, but there's still some lessons probably to be learned there. And I don't have everything figured out. So why am I pointing my finger and condemning all these people? It's not serving me in any way. It's not serving anything. It's not getting me anywhere. You can bring your focus back onto yourself and do what you can do. And ultimately, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink, right? So if you have the idea that you're doing something so much better than somebody else, and you're superior, but you're using it as in a way that feels superior, it's not conducive to a healthy life. It's not conducive to a healthy mindset. You do you for you. You do you because of your own self-love. And you see the best in others, but of course, you don't deny reality either. You see them for what they are, and then you can act accordingly. And then again, if they're not a good person, or if they're not serving you, you don't have to spend time around them. But to actively be looking for the best in people, you will see the best in circumstances around you. You will see the best in yourself because you're looking for the best in people, because that is what you look for. Nobody wants to be looked down upon. Nobody wants to be talked to in a condescending way. Everybody wants to choose their life choose the way that they live their life with autonomy. And again, if your lives are in such disalignment, then it's probably not a good match. It's probably not a good fit. Just be. If you look around and all you see is negativity and humanity, this person, they scroll all the time. They doom scroll. Oh, so lame. I mean, everybody has times where they do some mindless activity and they engage in whatever it is. Having generosity of spirit. This is something that my dad talks to me about. He's like, I want you to have a generous spirit, and it's something that I've heard him say to me, and I'm kind of taking it with me because I want to be like that. And I realize in the times that I'm judging people, and I try to to change that in myself, because I want to be a generous of spirit, and I want to look for the best in people, and I always make a effort to do that, even though I might not always do it perfectly. I admit I'm not perfect. I'm not a perfect person. None of us are, and everyone's different. It takes variety is the spice of life. We don't have to view things in a superior and inferior paradigm. Again, two things can be true at once, okay? There are finite resources on the planet. Yes, there's competition. You can objectively say that one person has more money than somebody else, or one person has some access to something that somebody else doesn't have to. But you don't have to be coming at life from that all the time. You don't have to constantly be in this power struggle where you're trying to assert your position of dominance over the other person at their expense. It really isn't. We're really not in a time where we need to be doing that. There's so much of a paradigm of cooperation and collaboration that can exist on Earth. And when you adopt that paradigm, you don't have to take away somebody else's piece of the pie for you to have your own piece. There's plenty to go around. There's plenty of resources to go around. There's plenty of food to go around on the planet. There's plenty of space for all of us to live in harmony and peace and happiness together. And we can collectively work together, and that's how we're going to evolve humanity. People that are doing these things, working together, coming up with the greatest ideas, flying into space, doing all these amazing things that people are doing right now, they're working in a spirit of harmony. They're not working like, say, oh, I'm going to do this and put you down. In order to accomplish things in this world, you need collaboration, you need harmony, you need to have good relationships with people. And that is why interpersonal communication and interpersonal relationships is so important. It's so crucial. So I want to do some more stuff on the channel. I think I'm going to bring my buddy on who has very good interpersonal communication skills. And based on the Adlerian psychology and the courage to be disliked, all problems stem from interpersonal problems in life. Almost all of them do. And I would also say that they have to do with yourself, the dialogue that you're having with yourself. What is your relationship to yourself like? And that's the most foundational piece. But in order to live a good and fulfilling life, and a life that's worth living, you're going to want to be able to have good relationships with people. And being a good communicator, being good at and seeing the best in people is what's going to allow you to do that. Because again, you're walking around projecting all this negative stuff on people. That's what you're doing, really, is projecting. Every time you judge harshly, you condemn somebody, you're judging yourself. This is a spiritual thing. Hopefully you guys realize what I'm saying. It may not resonate with you as you watch this at this time, but you may come back to this video later and you may say, oh, now I understand what he's talking about. But every time you judge someone. Every time you point the finger, every time you blame, every time you accuse, you've got 3 fingers pointing back at yourself. Anyways, guys, much love as always. Hit me with a like, hit me with a subscribe. Download the ebook below. You have the opportunity to remove all your limiting beliefs, identify them, remove them, and craft a new story for yourself. Stop judging yourself as you judge others. Stop judging others, because that is what you're doing to yourself. Because we're all connected, we're all from the same energy. And begin to live a life of self-love. Begin to live a life where you are overflowing. Your cup is overflowing, and then you're able to give to others. Anyways, guys, much love as always. Hit me with a like, comment down below. Hit me with a subscribe. I will see you guys in the next video.